us and see. It's all about M 2015. We're not here to hoard or to keep it tight. Our community's generous, and that's dynamite. In the world of crypto, where greed can reign, Mitecoin's different, it's not the same. With every transaction, we're chasing a dream. Mitecoin's the future, it's not just a meme.
Hey, welcome to another Saturday night, 9 o'clock, everybody. As always, as I start my rambling on, I would appreciate just a quick note in the chat if you can hear me okay. And I will continue on the little spiel. We're going to talk about some numbers. We're just a bunch of crazy people getting together for entertainment purposes only. Do not get your financial advice. I'm not offering it. And if I was offering it, you shouldn't take it. And I encourage you, this is where I do get serious. I do encourage you to do your own research. I really think there's some opportunities coming up. And if you haven't looked into it yet, I'm just telling you, you should. So that's the official business that we have to take care of. And then obviously we know what we do next. We jump right over and we check our Solana Showdown, of course. So this is the entertainment we talked about. So we're going to update this, and it's 188.45, and I'm going to enter 188.45, and oh yeah, guys, that's a win. That's a win for Karen. 56 cents away. I'm going to write that down, and I'm just going to tell you, I know that this is like broken record every week. But I have watched Willie and Ray battle it out. I saw Karen come into it. I saw Sweet Pea like in firm control of this maybe like an hour ago. Then it started dropping. Karen gets back in the lead. And I mean, I don't know, probably 15 minutes ago, Ray had it like dead on almost. I mean, she was way in the running or winning it. So guys, like I said, it's worth it for me. Both you guys are on, so that was good to see. You wasn't going to get rolled over because of that. So yeah, it's kind of a nice win. $20 new. Yeah, so close. You almost had it, lady. But Karen took the money. $20 coming her way. Congratulations. And as always, you know, after we hand out a little money, talking those numbers, I want to jump in and talk about our project numbers a little bit. Solana has, if you have been, maybe if you don't watch crypto market or maybe you've got your notifications off, what I'm going to say right now is not going to seem, too outlandish, and then I'll explain it. So last time we got together, last Saturday night, Solana was $182.60, and right now, actually I don't even know what it was, 188.40 something, and now at 8 o'clock it was 188.26. That's what I've got my numbers based off of, and that's a 3% increase. You're like, hey, that's pretty. Wouldn't shy away at 3%. But the bananas thing, if you have not been, again, if you've maybe lived under a rock or not, had access to electronics, the market is actually, back down to normal because it was going bananas. Solana, I don't have it. I probably should have. check the numbers officially, but I want to say it was sniffing 210 if it didn't get there. Definitely over 200. And it's come all the way back down to 188. And so that is the nature of crypto. If you are kind of new into it, I've been in this. I'm definitely not an OG to the crypto land, but I've been in it for a cycle. And you have to be, there's certain things that you've got to decide, of course, based on your own research. So I'm just going to tell you where I've landed. There are some of these coins, guys, that it's fun to watch the market and things like that. But that's long time money. I'm put that money and I have that money in there because I think it's long term wise a good investment. And so that's why it's exciting to see that Solana go up to 210. But if it goes back down to a 150, I'm going to consider that a good opportunity to buy. So with that said, so Solana's up a little over 3%, and our Mitecoin to Solana is up over 2.5%. And you do that combination, and that means that our wallets and our market cap, last week it was 57,640, and now it's almost 61,000. So that's up over 5.5%, 5.6 something. So that's a good week to report. This is where I don't have to be the bearer of bad news, and everything is green. And it wasn't as juicy as it was earlier in the week, but I hope that if that has done anything, if you haven't got your notifications on, I would suggest doing that, maybe picking and choosing which ones you listen to. It's just good to know. So that's not too shabby. Numbers wise, before I lead into Patey's second M2015, the total to date is over 373. Well, actually, it's a little bit more than that because somebody slid one in. It might be in here. I don't know if I got it in. But bottom line is it's over 370 some million. Today's market, that's almost $6,000 worth that has been sent back. And with that said, as that's all tasty of in general, but we have to talk about number two in a row, Patey. Dropped another win in a row, got another 6 blessings, almost $1 million. I have it written down that was sniffing $15. I think it was sniffing 17 last week. It's not too shabby. And this is the deal. I'm going after Patey. And I just want to add some fun. This is going to forevermore be known as the Patey Challenge. If Patey can win 3 matches in a row, I'm not going to lie, guys, I want to challenge him, but he's kind of beat my butt a lot in poker, and he's got the touch. So I want to add some excitement, but I don't want to overcommit. So the first Patey Challenge, the OG, will be worth an extra. If he wins tonight, I'll throw in an extra $50 to him just as a gauntlet challenge to say he's not that lucky. He can't do it. And obviously, no offense, Patey, but I'm going to be rooting against you tonight. And everybody that's listening on the stream, you can decide. I won't be brokenhearted if you want to go Team Patey. I get it. But the gauntlet is thrown down. I'm gonna, even though I won't get anything in return, I'm gonna claim that as a victory over the lucky dog Patey. So anyway, congratulations to Patey on another double up win, and he's going for 3 in a row in the $50 OG Patey Challenge. That's going on, and then we have this, and I'm not sure how this is gonna go. This little camera here, you've got my string, and this here is my hand. And so if you, some of you, I guess this will be the test. If you have no idea what we're about ready to do, or if you saw, that means you probably didn't even see people posting dollar amounts in the Mitecoin Metal Room. And that was I was kind of a meanie pants, because one aspect of the Mitecoin Metal, and this is just a little flavor of it, it's got to still take shape. But, I like the idea of the more active those you guys are, then I want to give you guys a chance at winning some, right? Or have that effect, like what that turns into Mitecoin Metal wise, for those of you that are plugged in and engaged. So with that said, I uploaded a video of our second bank run to I think it was, a couple days ago, and I put it up on our YouTube channel. And the only thing I added in our Telegram fellowship room was, I think something like, are your notifications on YouTube? And the reason I said that is because every time I load a video up, you will get notified. And I like that idea because, it gets you guys committed to click a notification. And like I said, according to all the other people on YouTube, that somehow, some way makes a difference. So I'm going to try to get 5 notification people if I can. So anyway, I uploaded a video, and in that video, I showed the jar of the second batch of Mitecoin metal going in. And I kind of talked a little bit. You got to hear me blabber on. And somebody that watched that video noted the same thing I did. To us, it looked like I was on a super fast roller coaster. I don't know why. I was only going town speed limits. But I showed you guys in that video a jar of money. And somebody has basically kind of got on board with the way we roll here and thrown out a challenge. And whoever could get closest to the amount of money going in for that next batch, in coins only, because there was some dollar bills on top, and honestly I didn't even look at them. I knew there was a 20 and some other stuff, so I figured I would just make it the coins. And then if you watch that video, I said go into that Telegram room and simply type out a guess. Don't answer any questions. Don't say anything. Just type out a guess, and that's what you guys did. So here it is. And I have it written down. I didn't have room on the paper. I just wrote down the value amounts. So I'm going to see if I can get this. So here it is, guys. The second batch was $87.38. 41 of that was cash. So there was $46.38 in that jar of coins. That's crazy. So that $234.27, that will be what will be eventually, as soon as I get that into Robinhood and then over into the Phantom wallet, we will have then $234.27-ish. I think I lost a penny or something going USDC. But bottom line is, guys, hey, we got some stuff to play with. We got some stuff to bless with. We don't have, we don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet. And to be honest with you, it's... I was kind of in shock that we kind of got that much, and that it was taking a little while, and now I've got one more day. I've got a big commitment that I'm finishing up tomorrow. We've got our end of the season. I know it's August. Don't hate on me, but we're doing our back to school pizza party for wrestling. So I've been doing the video. My wife's been smashing awards out for me, and we're just about at the end of the tunnel. And after tomorrow night, when we get that pizza party underway, I can kind of regroup, and we can really kind of see what we're going to do with this Mitecoin metal and ideas that we want to roll with it and things like that. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. We've got a couple things throwing around. But so obviously somebody won 300,000 Mitecoin. The highest, because everybody was, no lie, these are the amounts: $16.47, $28.50, $15.27, $30.03, $38.17, $26.85, $24.47. So obviously, $38.17. Is it? Hey, so Karen, is that she won that? I don't have Telegram open. So that would be kind of crazy. That would be kind of the big winner, because that would mean she ran the table. And oh my goodness. So basically, what she's saying is, if you threw a gauntlet down at Patey because he can't win 2-3 in a row, and that's her way of saying, I just won Solana Showdown and Mitecoin Metal. So basically, she's calling me out. I can hear it. So fine, I'll do it. I'll drop the same challenge on you. If you can win to match them tonight, there'll be a $50 bonus for you, because I'm going to say that you guys can't be that lucky. So that's crazy, I know, but that's the way we roll in Mitecoin. I love competition. And so, with that said, I believe it's this time. I can minimize some of my other windows, and I can pull up this, and now we're going to find out. It's time for Match 'em. So, I will start this poll, and I will say, round 1, vote. And we will do 1, and we will do 2, and we will start the poll. So there you go. Cast your vote. We have I'm telling you, I'm struggling on what to put as a burn on you guys for not filling up this board. I tried to use a little AI, tried to describe what we do, and you don't even want to know how that discussion went. I had to reference junior high humor some and things like that, because obviously I want a little poop person that's kind of, making fun of you guys for not being able to fill this board up. So I don't know how well that comes up on your big screen or on your TV or something, but that's an AI generated Wonder Poop kid that's got a cape on. So he's basically burning you guys. And I hope you feel that burn. And we are going to end our poll. And you guys are dirty dogs. It was literally not tied when I ended it. So we're going to do this one more time. For you guys that may be new, we don't keep doing this forever. I just have you... Oh, well... Hey, I'm going to add this one. I just added it again, round one. Well, I just did another vote. Just did another poll. If you don't see it, okay, she does Mao. Just teasing. But yeah, hey, Sammy, if you don't see it, as always, and I should have said that, I know we've got some, okay, so I'm still going to say it. If you don't see a poll after I say there's a poll, always you can just jump on there and write, typically it's 1 or 2 if it's not the finals. So, and I will try to do my best to add it in. So luckily now you guys took care of it. And now, hopefully, it won't end in a tie. And you guys can figure out who you want to win. 13 votes. Number 2 is the big winner again. Not again, I guess. This seems like always leads it off. You guys like, I know it should be random, but I just feel like you guys dig on number 2. So, is it red or black? Obviously, if it's red, it's Team Fellowship versus the Wonder Poop Kid. So, we're going to find out. Winning card tonight is... Yowzers. Because... as always, we'll show you over here. That's where the red one was. So we will cover them up and flip them over, mix them up, and we'll slide one under here. We'll slide one under there, and we will go to the clubs and the spades, and we're going to find out. That should be there. And obviously, nobody was loving on the clubs. Start poll. Because it is round 2 time. Round 2 votes. And 1 and 2. And, okay. Round 2 vote should be live. And hopefully you guys see it. We had 13. And hopefully we don't lose anybody. Just because they got knocked out. While you guys go over that, well, I'll just cover the board you're seeing there. The light blue ones, as you may or may not know, those are free. Everybody should have one of those because literally everybody gets a free card for right now. The purple to blue, that is the share. So those people jumped on, and this week it was simply how many different houses have you lived in or places. And that was kind of cool. I'll cover some thoughts on that once I get to our share tonight. The green-yellow is watch. So obviously, if you're hearing me blabber on, you should definitely jump on the next matching board and get a watch card. And then Patey's the only one on here. That orange one, that is a play. We also play some poker together. I will put this out. Ladies, if you don't fancy yourself as a Texas Hold'em player, but you're kind of interested in it, word on the street is there's a couple of the ladies that are looking to get a little... side play, maybe a $1 or $2 buy-in just so they can learn how to play. And then I wouldn't mind having a battle of the sexes for a nice big juicy pot. But anyway, if you're interested in that, if you've never learned or never played Texas Hold'em or poker, and that's something you might want to learn to do, reach out to me and I can put you in touch with them, and then I'll have my people contact your people. So, all right, there it is. That's the different colors on the board. And we're going to end poll. So, 13 votes again. Number 2 is the big winner. We're going to find out if it's spades or clubs. Flip this up. And the winning card tonight is... clubs. Clubs. Because... maybe if I can lift it up. The spades was over there. Yup, I know this is probably the highest tech... stream and game you've ever seen. And so the goal is once we go big, I will find a programmer or an app developer that we can do this on an app. How about that? So those are our goals. So our goal right now for round 3 is club, and take a look at that board. Now we've got, yeah, you guys are not losing any of the Wonder Poop kids. I'm just saying. So let's do it again. Start poll. Round 3. Vote. My ink pen is rolling under my finger. And okay, round 3 vote is live, guys. So if you don't see it, you know the story. So let's talk about this board. Paydies and OG. Whoa! Wait a minute. I just realized something. I gotta straighten up. Payday and Karen are still alive. This is getting a little serious, actually. I guess the good thing is you both can't win. So I guess you guys need to start like sharing your colors on who you're going for. Are you team Dev or are you team the Lucky Dogs? Yeah, I challenge it. Yeah, I don't want to lose. Surprised. So, all right, let's find out. 13 votes. Wow. Yeah, no wonder you guys might as well stay with 2, right? Here we go. Now we're going to find out. Wow, this could be quite stressful or exciting. This is going to eliminate the 2 Lucky Dogs, or it's going to scale up the situation significantly. We need high or low here. The winning card tonight is... Oh my goodness. You guys are straight killing me. And obviously, yeah, that's high. Oh, wait. It was low. Oh, see, I talked myself. Oh, my goodness. See, that's how worried I was. Luckily, and that's exactly why I have a sheet written down, because I was so nervous, I completely reversed it. So, whew. No offense, Lucky Dogs, but I'm not going to lie, I was sweating it. So, now I can relax and really root on you guys that are winning. And hopefully I just didn't move my camera. So, let's go to round 4. We have a low club. And I got to fix my window real quick because the other screen isn't great. And that's what we look at. Now we've got some more exciting stuff. We've got Sweet Pea. Wouldn't that be that would be kind of a, I don't know, exciting. Because if you haven't been around very long, I'm just going to tell you, I know Sweet Pea very well. She's very close to the dev. Round 4 vote. I can say that she has never missed a match-em. Okay, she's always had a card. Round 4 vote is live. She has been an OG from the beginning. She has diligently been on a match-em board, and by golly, somehow, some way, she just can't. She can't get a win. But guess what? This is it. Obviously, I got to end it. I got to keep it going. I'm going to extend my $50 challenge to Sweet Pea. If she can defeat the 2 Lucky Dogs for me, I'll throw it to her. I'll throw 50 to her. So yeah, it's exciting. It's just the way I roll. All right, cast your vote. We're going to find out if we can maybe Sweet Pea can be lucky on the Lucky Dog stream. Okay, shocker. Number 2. So now, if you're Team Sweet Pea, we want this to be even. If you're, things get real serious on the other side. So the winning card tonight is even. Wow, this is getting exciting because odd is over there. So we're going to put this here. I'm going to look at my board. It's low, even clubs. That means actually, let me pull it up for you guys. You guys can see me put it under there. Low, even club. Hold on. Low, even club. That is the one. So that means we're looking at 2, 4, 6. Okay? 2, 4, 6. We're going to mix them up. Have no idea what's under which. We're going to stick one under here. I'm so nervous. This could be a glorious comeback victory, right? If her first ever victory is in the lucky dog. Oh my goodness. All right. No, I think so. My assistant has said, according to her, we've got a brand new winner regardless. So yeah, that's kind of exciting. So let's get this party started. Start the poll. And we are going to do final vote. And you're going to see that I mean business because I put final in all capitals. And start the poll, final vote, 1, 2, or 3. And for those of you that don't have, I guess now they're all adults, but the way you text and type stuff can be quite significant. All capitals, or whether you put a period, you don't dare use punctuation, or that means that you could possibly be mad at your children. So you need to learn that stuff. So yeah, that's another thing. It's a lady beatdown tonight. So cast your vote, guys. We got, I believe that's true. That would be, so somebody's coming off the loser board. We've got an OG. We've got a couple newers. And so this is going to be kind of painful. But that's why Sweet Pea is going to get an extra 50 if she can go against the new blood. So, are we ready? Let's find out. Ooh, we just changed it up, everybody. Number 3 is the winning one this time. 3 took it. And number 1, as always, this is the biggest loser. So this is the one time that you do not, I repeat, do not want your card to come up. So Annie, you do not want to see a 2. Crazy Chicken Lady, you do not want to see a 4. And Sweet Pea, you do not want to see a 6. Whew. The first loser tonight is Annie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you didn't get your first win tonight, but that means it's literally down to the finals. This could be Sweet Pea's chance to defeat the Lucky Dogs and earn an extra $50. Okay, here we go. Good luck to you, both ladies. 6, Sweet Pea wins it. 4, Crazy Chicken Lady breaks her heart. The winning card tonight is... I can't do it. Okay. The winning card tonight is... 6! Oh! Oh! I cannot believe that. Are you kidding me? Oh, she did it! Woo-hoo! Guys, she did it. Sweet Pea just did it. She broke the streak against the Lucky Dogs. Oh my goodness. That is, I'm telling you. Are you kidding me? You could not write a better script. That's pretty cool. So congratulations, Sweet Pea. You knocked it out of the park. And so yeah, now all we got to do is talk about Stream Share. I'm going to pray us out and celebrate. So Stream Share, I want to talk about the week before and what the range it was. Yeah, it's so cool to think. I think Cody was the least amount with like 3 homes. And obviously I think my sisters and even I think all of my family seem to have a lot. Obviously the older you get, no shade there, but sometimes that. But anyway, it's kind of cool to for those of you that obviously maybe heard me talk last week, I shared a little bit about some of my memories, and on a side text, my sisters and I were going back and forth, and yeah, some of the stuff that they were saying, it just kind of literally, it's almost like separate lives sometimes. And then they kind of come together, and then it's kind of crazy town. But I enjoyed it, and we're still going, and they're kind of throwing shade at me because they're flexing and sharing all these great memories, and that's kind of the way they're burning me. And I'll to pick that up with them afterwards. But yeah, maybe they need to think about that. But anyway, it was fun and it's exciting, and that was kind of cool. I like to see that. I like to see the difference. And then I already shared with you about my wrestling party coming up tomorrow. Obviously, those of you that know me, wrestling's been a big part of my life. I wrestled as a kid, and then I've been coaching the youth wrestling team for many years. And I'm going to be an old toot. And a lot of people over the last couple of years, people have said, well, how long are you going to keep doing this and things like that. And all I can say is that I've noticed this the last several years. I've pushed off this party. I can't say that was strategy. That was just me being busy and not getting it done. But tomorrow or Monday, school starts, and they're going to be all going back to school, and so we're going to have our back to school pizza party. But as I prepared that video, I'm telling you, if I ever need any motivation, it is so exciting to see these little kids, hitting these moves that it's just really cool to see them, out there and doing their stuff. So it's exciting. So, that's, anyway, so the reason I tell you that story is, I had a couple stream share questions, kind of, maybe more significant, like, maybe we got to share a little bit more about, more than surface level stuff, which I want to challenge us to do that. That's kind of, sometimes I'll do that for sure. But then something else happened. And I went over to the freezer to get a little fudgesicle. It was another side story. I was at the grocery store and went by the ice cream bar and saw the fudgesicles and thought of my dad, so I bought a couple big boxes. And anyway, had one of those, went to get one of those out of the freezer tonight. And as I did, I had a thought come into my mind, and it was just like, do you smell something? And then I realized that has to be the stream share question tonight. Because this week, throughout the week, pretty much, for those of you that don't know, we live in a big building. We live upstairs. We do daycare downstairs, so we don't turn on the AC upstairs, and it gets really hot and throughout the day and things like that. And so we're downstairs a lot. So over the last week, I would tell Andrea, I'm like, man, there's something. And you open the freezer and you're like, is that something? But then you're like, you can't be, it's frozen. So then you open the fridge and it's something's working. And then it came to a head. And on the garbage day, I found something. It was a container of ground chicken that had made its way, uncooked, had made its way to the back of the fridge and hidden behind, I don't know, juice or syrup or something. And it got out of the fridge, and it was hardcore. I tried to put that baby down the garbage disposal as fast as I could, and it kind of crop dusted the entire kitchen, followed us down the hallway. It was pretty horrible. So, but I will say that's not it. That was just, that was definitely worthy of comment, but that's definitely not by far not the worst. So the challenge this week is probably as opposite as like personal and kind of getting us to, build our online friendships. This is maybe the opposite of that, unless it involves a story you want to share. But the challenge is what's that thing that, whether you went on vacation, whatever, you forgot something in the back of the fridge, or maybe something slid under the back seat of the car. I've got a story on that. So yeah, we're just going to have a little fun this week. I want you to think on it, maybe think of if something pops into your mind immediately that is, OG in your head, write it down, start thinking about it now. But we're going to find out, maybe we'll give some bragging rights to who can come up with the nastiest by the way they describe it. You can get us to think your situation was worse than ours, because we're going to basically have bragging rights on who got into the stinkiest situation. So that's kind of a crazy share. It's a little lighthearted fun. I want you to be thinking on it, and maybe you can relate to the hidden container in the back of the fridge that took a while to make itself known. And by that point, it was harsh. So anyway, that's the stream share this week, guys. I'll try to write it up. I'll try to get it on there maybe tomorrow. I'm going to be busy some tomorrow, obviously, but I should have time for that. And now you get a head start. You can think about what that nasty is for you. And I want to end us, as always, in prayer. And actually, there was a prayer request that came up just recently, and I guess I thought that realized I should have been doing it this whole time. We end our stream every week in prayer. So if there's something that you want included, that we can all join together and drop it in that prayer group in our Telegram room. you guys, if that's something that you are interested in, and you could do that, and then maybe that would get the attention of somebody else that maybe had never thought of that, and it's just another way of outreach, and encourage those maybe that don't know God to, or even think of prayer as it's just so foreign to them, that it might be something that, again, might be an outreach for us. So anyway, I want to encourage you guys that do value prayer. I want you to encourage you to use that for a prayer request, and we will have, I will make sure I write it and note it. And I realize I didn't do a super good job, so we're going to cover the other one as well, and just give a bit of an update. And I have a note right here about a story. So before I pray, I will pray. We're going to pray about some travel mercies that was requested, and then a week ago or so, a crazy wiener lady had posted about her dad, being in the hospital and getting a pacemaker put in, and a good report there. And I don't know whether this has come up or not. And I think I just used this as an example to my wife, and I don't remember the exact couple, but it was one of those situations where we looked at each other and realized that we're kind of old toots now. But crazy wiener lady, her dad, we are actually great friends with them, and Andrea and I knew her dad and mom before we knew them, before we knew her and her husband. And they came. We belonged to the same country church. We were a young family that had no family around us, not like the families around there, right? Small town. And some of you guys that are listening right now, I know you have that feeling. Somebody in our group here, I'm envious that they just have a family tradition that they go to they meet with their family, I think once a week for supper or for dinner of some sort, right? So that's if you have that, and that's all you've always known. I want, in case you've never heard this, bruh, that's nothing to be taken for granted, right? Because so when Andrea and I, we stayed down where we went to school, we started our family down there, and this, no shade, because I can say this because now I'm their age, this older couple that went to church with us, they were just loving on us, and people would bring us meals, explaining how to change his poopy diaper and what happens when Quincy pees all over us, and just doing new parent stuff. Daryl and Carolyn, they absolutely just welcomed us and basically made us part of their family, and part of that was to introduce us to their crazy daughter and husband, and that began a friendship that has turned into family for like ever now. So anyway, I guess I want to encourage everybody. The reason I tell that big story is the other day I looked at Andrea, and we've thought about that before, and the challenge is, as much as we benefited that when we were like super young, not that we know all the answers, because we surely don't, but we know more than a new married couple and a new married couple that maybe just started their family, right? We've been there, we've at least walked that road. So sometimes we look at each other and we're like, okay, who should that be in our life, right? Because we obviously remember very much that older couple in our life, and now we're the old toots. So anyway, that's something I want to encourage you all to think about as well. When you were, I don't know, younger you, who had an impact on you, how old were they? And then, what about your age now and all that stuff? So anyway, that's me rambling, and I got all that from, all I had on my note was update on Melissa's dad and a story ... So that's pretty much how freestyle you get. I know it's another late night, but that's what you get when you tune in, and that's what I guess I come to pay you $20 to listen to me blabber. So anyway, let's pray. You guys can have your night. So Father God, I just come to you right now, and I just thank you again for this fellowship that just provides an opportunity to discuss you and just bring awareness of just different ways to serve you and talk about you. And one of those benefits, Lord God, is to come before your throne room. And I believe that we have access, that anybody, Lord, that is restored to you can come to you just like a child. And that's what we're doing now. I just pray for travel mercies tomorrow, that you might just put your protection upon everybody traveling and the traffic and other drivers. Just put your protection upon everybody on the road, Lord, and especially those asking for your protection. I'll just pray. I just praise you in the thanksgiving for the update on Daryl, Lord, and just the turnaround, and just thank you for watching over him and protecting him. Thanking you for you being active in his life as well, and just him being a good example of you. And I just pray your covering over everybody that's listening tonight, everybody that's tuned in. I pray for those that are struggling with chronic illness, Lord, that are suffer and deal with aches and pains always. I just pray that you'd give them just supernatural strength to depend upon you for everything that they need, and they would just lean into you, just the very best they know how, and just trust you that you have them. And I just pray you're covering over relationships. I pray that those would be restored between husbands and wives, and siblings and parents and children, Lord God, and co-workers, wherever it needs to be. I just pray that you would bring restoration, and that you would bring people to know you. And I just pray for this project, Lord. I just pray that it would do well in making you known, and that I would represent you well, and that this project would be known as something very different than what is in this space, and that it would just glorify your name. I just thank you again, Lord, for your blessings, and just pray that you bring us back safely again next Saturday night, Lord. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. All right, guys, I appreciate it. I know I rambled on, but that's what you get. I might ramble on more and just see if I can get you to stick around. So, all right, see ya. Bye.